Hi everyone, this is Lori with 3 Keys Astrology, and this is your weekly forecast for September 17th, Saturday, through the 24th, Saturday of 2022. We have the biggest event and news of this week is number one, that on the 22nd, Thursday, the Sun ingresses into Libra. So happy birthday, Libras. Come and get your annual readings. You can go to my website at www.3keysastrology.com. It's going to be an interesting year for you. I offer here and now readings on the channel and also weekly consultations because things are changing fast. And this week is not so easy, but we've got a couple of good days. The other thing is, just like last week, solving powers are strong. So there's excellent energy for revisions, repairs, and restoration. Now we've got 6 of our 10 planets in retrograde, asking us to revise our relationship to our society, in our families. There's a lot of love relationships that are under the gun and under pressure right now. Mercury is still in retrograde, so the preponderance of miscommunications and difficult conversations is still quite strong. Please keep that in mind. But moreover, as we approach the end of the week, I told you in last week's forecast that the weekends are difficult. We had some pretty sweet weekends for lovers, lovemaking, and sharing our joy. That's not the case. The shift seems to be coming midweek. So I'm liking the Monday's nice. Tuesday's got double-edged. There's some edginess to Tuesday, but it's got good energy too. And I really like Wednesday. That's the International Day of Peace. We have a moon trining Jupiter that day, is really nice. And then things get tricky on Thursday when the moon ingresses into Libra, and that is also the day of our autumn equinox. So we've got equal measures of day and light. Because the energy is still so heavy of communication, and we've got more preponderance to think and get mired in critical thought than we do to feel in. So use this as a warning, and I'm telling you to feel in. Now, the reason that we have instincts and intuition and perceptions is because we have this part of the brain, the reptilian brain, in our limbic systems that complement our neurotransmission to understand and perceive danger, fear. These survival instincts are gifts, friends. And those of us that are intuitive will listen, and so should you, to your belly, because our Venus in Virgo is still debilitated. And with the Sun in Libra, the relationship and focus is on cooperation, balance, equilibrium, egalitarianism. If you don't do this, if you don't put Venus first, love first, this can be a very difficult September and into October, I promise. So the difficult weekends, on Saturday, the 17th, we have the Sun in an opposition to Neptune. And this literally drains vitality. And it's going to be especially for Virgo and in you Libras, beginning Libra. I've told you before that 105 days before your birthday, your physical self is in a weakened state as your soul and your creator decide if you should go on and live and be vital for a new year. I want you to think back to that. And then on the day of your birthday, you'll be recharged by the power that is the Sun. But whenever the Sun is opposite Neptune, this is a draining of vitality and physicality. It's as though you've been treading water, and many of us have. We don't know which way to turn. We've got an upswing, an uptick with the virus. We are still having to distance ourselves from our loved ones. There's going to be issues with travel, especially water travel. We've got retrogrades, 6 out of 10 planets, telling us to repair, revise, restructure, reconfigure, redo. And that's where your focus needs to be. The energy by the end of the weekend is strongly Virgo. And so I'm going to ask you to, if you don't know Virgo, this is about Virgo. They're a very discerning population. they're cautious, like Capricorns are, and they reserve, and Scorpios are also cautious. It's good for you to use this energy this week and reserve your right to make an opinion or a decision. Reserve your right and enjoy the power of choice in an egalitarian way. As the sun ingresses into Thursday's autumn equinox, guys, this is a difficult day. I'm going to ask you that if you don't cooperate, there's already a higher propensity for all kinds of misunderstandings and miscommunications. And the entire week actually feels a little bit like you got your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. And yet, all of us seem to be reverting. So, are you going back to a place you shouldn't be? Mercury retrograde can make you do that. All these planets in retrograde can make you socially. Are you taking back a job you really hate? Are you going back to a broken marriage? Really think twice and be Virgo by the end of the week when things get difficult. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have a new moon on Sunday. That's not part of this forecast. I'll cover it next week. But in spite of the hardship for love, for lovers, for communications, for cooperations, we do have the sun changing signs. And that's a Venus ruled sun. Venus, however, is still debilitated in Virgo until she gets her way, moves her way out of there. So you have to really take measure and say, am I being loving? Are my words kind and thoughtful? Am I surrounded by people who make me feel supported and secure? You see, as we kick this forecast off on the 17th with that sun opposition Neptune, it would be wise for you to take extra rest, extra vitamins, and keep up with your workouts. Now, later in the week, we've got excellent energy for working out that I will talk about and give you compliment to. But knowing that we've got an increase in the virus, the spread of the virus, its contagions, and that we have Mercury retrograde, which is lungs, and that can be a reinfection of, though you're inoculated with this. Remember, this is not a vaccine. These are boosters that help immunity and try to help prevent, but we don't have a definitive cure yet. So Mercury retrograde is the lungs, maybe a reinfection or a re-catching those things. We have to still be very mindful of health. When the sun is opposite Neptune, we need extra vitamins, extra sleep, and that kind of energy is good for a little bit of lazy indulgence. So if you're a movie buff, or you like to binge movies, or you just want to lay in bed with your lover and listen to music, that's a good way to counter the energy that is on the 17th. But keep mindful that people may not be speaking, communicating, writing things clearly. If you're sending emails, if you're giving directions, if you're delegating, make sure you're clear and concise. Mercury retrograde gives us the power to revise and to edit. So make sure you're doing that and be clear of communication. If you're feeling confusion, because sun opposite Neptune can be, all those planets in reverse can be, that's kind of normal. When I taught classes today, we were all in a bit of a fog, and because we're joined through astrology and all think in the abstract world and are connected to spirit intuitively, we were all kind of feeling and perceiving and thinking together collectively, which the sun can do in Libra. There's unification to the needs of Libra, and all of you Libra risings, when Lotta launched me last year, I did the legal conservatorship analysis for Britney Spears and predicted its outcome. And in that video, I told you a couple of things: that we must pay attention to 0-degree planets, and also that all of you that have Libra rising have kind of an inside-out wheel to life. You see, you're more likely to be codependent. You are cooperative by nature, and we really need this kind of energy on Earth. So get close and stay close to your Libra friends. But the marker of the 22nd is difficult. It is the most difficult day this week, in my opinion. I also want you to know that Sunday, things can really blow up in your face fast, because the moon is in a T-square to Mercury retrograde. And so you will be snared. Your feelings might say one thing, your thoughts are saying another. You're misunderstanding what someone said, they're misunderstanding what you said. So feelings are pretty jumbled up and twisted by this combination with Mercury, the moon, and Mercury retrograde in a T-square. What else continues on is when Sunday comes around noontime. So if you are in a predicament like this, there's some really good solo energy out there in the moon trine Pluto, or the sun trine Pluto. So our sun power is our identity. And Pluto's a very powerful planet too. These are the two most distinctive in nature, and yet the two most powerful. Pluto ruling the underground, the sun, the light of God, energy itself, and the highest consciousness, your higher self. When they're in a harmonious pattern, you can make major life changes. This is excellent, especially for the earth signs. And it's a great day to spend time with people, especially the earth signs, because of where Pluto is. And it's because this kind of energy gives you physicality and gives you stamina, gives you purpose, and gives you willpower. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, work out. You can see results. If you have a mission, if your soul is being called to service, this is excellent. So, and because it's involving the sun, your vitality, and Pluto, harmonious, you can feel very, very strong, very, very determined, and get a lot done. I want you to harness that energy. This is also great for sex. And it's powerful when two people acknowledge in each other the light and darkness of their being as one. This is really important energy. I have sexy readings on my channel if you're interested in interpersonal dynamics and sexuality. Those readings are excellent, and I've gotten incredible feedback on them. The sun trining Pluto is confidence, and it's when you know people are ride or die. When somebody says, I've got your back, don't worry, you can count on me. I'm your fallback, I've got your shoulder. This kind of confidence is so healing. Sun trine Pluto is so very healing, and so I hope you have some. I love that energy. Now we're going to go to at 10 a.m. And we've got the moon ingressing into Cancer, so stay on the bright side of the moon, the light side of the moon. You can go see my Black Moon Lilith readings on the channel that I've announced, especially Cancer Rising. We've got a sniper, so to speak, in our midst, and some two-faced energy and double talk going on that we can't ignore and will not ignore. If you're a moon child, if you're a lunarian like I am, and Cancer Rising, any of your three keys in Cancer, Cancer Stellium, and please know that what you feel and what you know is good enough. And there's no need for you to continue to be oppressed and have your immune system suppressed or your physicality drained by double talk and more. So again, there's no more a detrimental position for the Black Moon Lilith to be in than in Cancer. You see, Cancer rules the light of the white moon, the full pregnant mother, the nurturing mother, the loving mother, the wife who supports her husband. But Black Moon Lilith comes in and kills energy. Black Moon Lilith is a thief. So we Cancerians are in this dilemma until spring, I think. If you need a Black Moon Lilith reading, I offer those on my channel. You can just email me at ducky@3keysastrology.com for any kind of question. But keep in mind, my fellow Cancerians, Mars, there's a hidden war going on, and somebody with a hidden agenda and a manipulator, and it's likely a male. If you're a female Cancer, or if you're a male Cancer, it's another male. And this person is not being honest. I'll help you find who that is, ferret it out, and for once and for all fix it. Now let's go to Monday the 19th. So I like it. I really like it. I like it especially for Cancers, for Scorpios, for Pisces. There's some great energy, a breakthrough energy, and meeting the right people and some excellent conditions. And this is excellent connections, especially for Cancers and Leo, if you stay away from the Black Moon Lilith types. Now the 20th, I also like, because now the moon is in a sextile to Venus. While last weekend wasn't so wonderful for mothers and children, this energy is. So play with your babies, have some fun imagination, spoil all the little girls in your family, all the women in your family. This energy is great, and it electrifies and lights up our love connections. So honor, respect, and hold in high esteem the women in your life, for we are the sex that God lets hold creativity and new creation. This moon and sextile Venus energy is a great time to get beauty treatments. Do you need a haircut? Are you going to go get a massage or a facial? Are you going to improve your looks, your wardrobe? It's good for shopping. It's good for money. So I like Tuesday. However, we have a little caveat here. And this I don't love at all. We've got a Moon-Pluto opposition, and then we've got Venus and Saturn in conjunction later on in the day, which means if you're not so fortunate in love, if you've been struggling in love, if you're in tugs of war, if you're going through a divorce, this is love on the rocks. And this Moon, Pluto, and Venus in conjunct Saturn indicates power plays and high manipulation. So stay clear Tuesday. It is my wish and my prayer for you, because I care that you're not involved in relationships like these. That's not relating. That's game playing and manipulation. And anybody who's being dishonest or deceitful or goes behind your back or makes you wonder, worry, and feel in fear and insecure, it's time for you to realize it. We've got 6 planets helping you do that. And I told you we've got a kind of reverse energy of fixing things, making corrections. That Wednesday, after that, Wednesday is the International Day of Peace, so spread it, because Thursday, the sun is in Libra, emphasizing loving, caring, fair energies. We've got an amazing combination that is wonderful called Moon trine Jupiter. Now, this is really, really nice for your indulgences. And we Cancerians are cookie and milk moments. Jupiterians for going to take a new class or learning something new. For all Lunarians, all moon people, this energy is great for feeling abundant love. So this expands the energy of motherhood. It is pregnancy. It expands the energy of new relationships, a new home. This is great for new home energy. I love this day. And of course, who doesn't want peace? So this energy is excellent for all Sagittarians, all Tauruses, all Cancers, all Leos, and all Aries, also Pisces and Libra. So we got some really goodness, a lot of goodness for most signs on Wednesday. But then things take a little bit of a turn for the worse. And again, if I didn't say it, happy birthday, Libra. Thursday, that's when the sun moves into Libra. So we'll all do well to cooperate, to keep fairness in mind, and to keep things on an even keel if it's possible. Otherwise, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but life Thursday, Friday, and Saturday can be like tippy-toeing around in a landmine, and there are traps and bombs abound. So why is that? It's because we have a square between the moon and Uranus, and that's sudden emotional upset, and that's some shocking things that come to the public that we're not aware of. It's rebellion energy and runaway energy and I'm out of here energy. It's also because we have the sun in an opposition to Saturn. We don't like this. This is love deprived, love denied. Then we have the moon in conjunction to Pluto. And again, this is manipulation of power plays. Then we have moon in conjunct Neptune, which is, again, dishonesty. That's a hard date for those of you that are born on the 22nd. The energy of the day imprints the year ahead, and I'm a predictive, advanced intuitive astrologer, so please let me help you with your readings. As I said, especially if you have a stellium in Libra, sun, moon, or rising, especially rising, it's your nature to want to connect. It's your nature to kind of go codependent in interpersonal relationships. It's your nature to settle for the short end of the stick, or take the little part of the wishbone, or deny what you inherently need. And so a lot of you will be feeling out of sorts, Libras. Confused, controlled, and denied. I'll come and help. Go to www.3keysastrology.com for the readings. Ducky at 3keysastrology via my email for any questions or concerns. Know that I do weekly consultations. I teach astrology and have a myriad of readings applying to interpersonal relationships, on top of the birth chart, the accurate here and now reading, because though you have an imprint of the soul for now, you have evolved, and some we devolve and evolve to whatever year you're currently in, and those are great birthday readings to give. Libra, you should also know that you've got a trine to Mars and Gemini that's coming up. What does this mean? It means that though the energy is really hard right now for you, you're a tender-hearted, light-hearted people who do not want to argue and do not want to fight. You are better at resolutions. You can win this battle. If you're going through a divorce, Libra, if you're in property transactional issues, and it's likely, you see home, property, and land is on the table for you. And for a lot of us, there's because the moon rules the public, so this moon in conjunction Pluto, in conjunct Neptune, opposite Saturn, and in a square to Uranus, is saying there's discourse and tension in the arena of home and family. But you can win this, Libras, because Saturn's in Aquarius and Mars is in Gemini that favor you. It says for you, you need to get authoritative and get legal advice. You need to stick to tradition and your values for the win. And this applies also to you, Aquarius, and you, Geminis. Fight fair or fail. Now that's a lesson for all of us, but most especially Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Unfortunately, on Thursday, we also have a wicked T-square involving the moon. So feelings are going to be hot and cold. And this is, again, the energy of your foot's on the brake and the gas at the same time. You're saying, yeah, I'm going to do it, but you really don't want to. Or, no, I'm not going to do it, but you really want to. And nobody likes that feeling. You go a little bit and then you slide back. And you go forward and you slide back. And just imagine if you're driving the wheel of your life, confused between your thoughts and your feelings. You know in your head what's best, but your heart says something else. And so you go a little further and then you back up. And then you go a little further and then you back up. And with 6 planets in retrograde, the good advice would be reserve your right to choose. Take a pause and beware, especially Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancers, and Capricorn, Virgo, of this energy, because it's strong for you. We want to believe, we want to feel, we want to be happy. We all want love and relationships. But rocky love on the rocks and toxic love is not love. And anything that's pulling you down and draining you and making you feel weak, misunderstood, not supported, insecure, this is unfortunately some of the energy. So as we go into Friday and Saturday this week, we have some really good energy that is helping us clean things up. So clean up your messes, clear things out, and get organized. And moreover, all week long, reserve your right to decide. Say to somebody, I'll get back to you on that. I need to think about this. I need to think about this. I need to think about this. and choose better, everyone. People, again, I'm going to repeat what I said last week. People show you who they are, so believe them. And any double talk from any Aries, any Scorpio, or any Capricorn is not okay. Any double talk from any Gemini, any Pisces, any Virgo, or any Sagittarius is not okay. So the twin signs are Pisces, Sag, and Gemini. They're the most likely to tell you fibs and tales that cure things to make them look in the best light. But Mars in Gemini is a devil with a forked tongue. Mars in Gemini is great for athleticism. Mars in Gemini is great for honest mercurial pursuits and communications. But for some of us, where that happens in the 12th, 4th, or 8th house, beware. And if it happens that your sun is in Pisces, your sun is in Virgo, or your sun is in Sagittarius, beware. You have somebody that's two-faced and double-talking in your midst. So be like Virgo, be like Scorpio, and be like Capricorn. They don't rush in like Aries or Taurus does. They hang back. They weigh the issues. Libra also weighs the issues. But hang back. Use your best discernment. Get down on your knees in prayer. And know and ask God to put in your life in place of that detractor, that person that's manipulating and lying, someone better. Those people are out there. And there are more of them than there are the bad guys. But Mars and Gemini can be quite the bad guy when it comes to interpersonal communications. And we don't want anybody. And if you're the Gemini, you're the Sag, you're the Pisces that's double talking, I offer you my help, my astrology and remedy. I offer you my teachings, and I offer you readings to help you get honest with yourself and to get solid and secure about who you are, what you value, and for whom you spend your time with. And so I just want to say, have a really good week, everyone, and stay fair, stay deliberate, stay sure, stay in love, and stay peaceful, and stay around really good people. It makes all the difference in the way you live your life. Bye for now.